Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Today is August the 19th, 2017, and this is not my regular show. This is going to be an extra show. We'll have the regular show, I guess, tonight. It is around noon now on the East Coast of North America. And this morning I woke up and I had an epiphany. I've been up since 6 a.m. I've been writing down notes. Last night I actually came up with the idea to talk about Bcash in terms of Ripple a little bit. And this morning I had an epiphany, and it all came together in my head. What is going on out there now? So let's and I'm not even going to be reading too much off of my notes. I wrote down so many notes here. I'm going to pick and choose random things at random times. I mean, I should write a paper on what I'm about to discuss here. So pound that like button to just spread the word that I'm talking right now, to get people in here so they can hear this live or so they can watch it later, because this is going to be a different type of video that I don't think anyone has done something on this topic yet and elaborated like I'm going to elaborate on it. Because I've been in the space for a while now. I've been in the Bitcoin space since 2013. So I've seen how it goes, and you think you know something and then you kind of relearn it, and you got to be willing to pivot sometimes and it kind of change and just admit when maybe there's a new paradigm and be excited. I'm really excited about what I'm about to talk about here. And we've heard all this FUD about the 2x and the Bcash fork and what's going on with Bcash, and this is actually all positive developments. I'm starting to realize everything is much more positive than I ever imagined. So let's start from the beginning here. Bcash. At the beginning, we thought that they're going to come out with this altcoin, and I said, if you can get rid of it, get rid of it. Try to make 10%. To get 10% free Bitcoin is amazing, just amazing. And I thought that was pretty cool. Now, when it happened, when August the 1st happened, and this coin came out, in reality, things were a little different, and I have tried to explain this. My number one priority, even after this epiphany, my number one priority is keeping my Bitcoin safe, okay? As you all know, I have a good amount of Bitcoin, okay? More than most people who watch this. Let's just put it that way, all right? A lot of us in the space who are content producers or whatever, we've got a lot of Bitcoin. And if we've been around since as long as we've been around, because you can watch my old videos where I'm telling people to buy stuff in 2014 and 2015. I took my own advice. So I care a lot about my Bitcoin. It's my savings account. And as I said, treat it as your savings account. So when I start to play around with my Trezor and I start to hear that people have to wipe their Trezor clean and they've had problems with the conversion tool, and those first few days were scary, and that you have to convert all your Bitcoin to split it into Bcash all at once. You just can't do it one at a time. And I'm about to travel to Ireland on the 9th. So this starts around the 1st or the 2nd. I started to get worried. I don't want to lose my Bitcoin. I talked to a lot of people online about this, okay? And so I made my original video saying, try to get 10%. And, again, that's good. I thought it was going to be a pump and dump also. And we're going to get to why I thought that in a second. I thought it was just a great opportunity to get more Bitcoin. I'm about getting more Bitcoin. I'm not about trading or anything like that. So it became apparent that I was too scared to actually attempt this during that first week. I was too scared. I talked to Rocky. I talked to Ansel. Who else did I talk to offline? People who, they were taking their time also. I mean, and I'm not, Rocky, he did what he did. I mean, these guys are very careful people, okay? And they were making me more careful, which is great. So now I'm looking back on the whole situation. So people are like, Adam, so you still have all that Bcash. You haven't split it away. And I haven't, because I left the United States on the 9th or the 10th. I did not bring my Trezor with me. Which I think is a very good idea. There was no reason to bring it with me. So I can't do anything. I can't split right now, all right? I can't do it. So lo and behold, a lot of people, they did great. People got 10%, people got 7%, people sold all, some people split, some people felt more comfortable than I did. That's great. You should be happy. You should never let greed, and I should have said this in the original video, put your Bitcoin at risk. Oh yeah, another person I talked to, the other name that I forgot to, I talked is Richie Rich. Richie Rich also helped, you know, kind of calm me down and everything, and not calm me down, make me nervous. Make me scared of actually doing the split. And that's good. If you feel uncomfortable playing around with your Bitcoin and your Trezor, then don't do it. And I didn't do it. And so now we see this, so the Bcash went down to 6%, 7%, all of a sudden now it's 20% you can make. I'm talking about in terms of Bitcoin. I mean, you're getting free, amazing amounts of free Bitcoin if you actually trade it and you don't hold on to it. And again, I can't do anything with it now. It could go down to nothing for all I know, but it's not going to go down to nothing. And the thing that I didn't realize before all of this, the underlying principle that we all need to get through our heads, I guess we should call it the Ripple principle. Ripple is a centralized cryptocurrency that banks are going to use, that there's like an unlimited supply. They sometimes all of a sudden list a lot of it on the coin market cap to make it seem like it's worth more, okay? And people still buy it. People buy it. It's been in like the top 5 of market cap for a really long time. I can shout to the world that it's bad. Tone can shout to the world that it's a scam. People can, you know, you can say all these negatives about it. But we are in a situation where the facts are the facts. There are people out there that are pumping this thing up. Maybe they're not as smart as us. Maybe we think we're smarter than we really are. Okay, I don't know fully, but what I do understand is that this situation, you can call it irrational exuberance. It's not really going away anytime soon. The newbies dominate. They far outnumber us. You got to go back to the 80%, 20% principle. I forgot what it's called, okay? 80% of people are going to continue to act irrationally here. There's going to be what I interpret as irrational. All right, you can tell them not to buy Steam. You can tell them not to buy Bcash. You can tell them not to buy Ripple. They're going to do it. There 20% of us are holders, are logical here. Or what I interpret as logical. You can disagree with me here. You can disagree with me. This is the situation on the ground. This is the real life situation, that this Ripple mentality, it dominates cryptocurrency. People want to trade. They don't want to buy and hold. I can tell them, I can make little allusions to you through some past videos, how well I've done in Bitcoin, how it's changed my life, and you're still going to try to flip. It's just the way it is. And so it frustrates guys like Tone. It frustrates people, holders and stuff. Like, why am I even holding? Why? Maybe is this just everything's just a big Ponzi out there? Am I living through a Ponzi? What is going on in life here? And what's the reward? I mean, so what I'm saying is this: us holders out there, the people that I've said to hold, I should have had I am not even the perfect holder. Okay, so you go back to the 80%, 20% thing. 20% of the time, I should have just said from the beginning, hold that Bcash. But I have the mentality of just hold Bitcoin. But you should hold. I probably should have said to hold the Bcash, because this isn't about being at war. It's an altcoin. That's all it is. It's a free altcoin that they're giving out. People are saying they're trying to destroy Bitcoin. Maybe they are. And 2x is really going to happen too. They're dividends. They are crypto dividends. New paradigm here. We're going to look back one day on this. And this is going to be something we realize. This attracted a whole new class of person to Bitcoin. The people like my grandmother who don't trade stocks. They just want the dividend. They just want the dividend. And these altcoins are dividends. That's all they are. It is a new way of forming altcoins, an innovative way of distributing these altcoins but they are crypto dividends because they're not the real Bitcoin. And we as Bitcoin community members, our only responsibility here is to collect our dividends, but to make sure that we make it clear through our own personal marketing that we have the real Bitcoin. Good luck with these new dividends that you're creating for us. And if you want to be one of the 80% of the people who don't listen to, who just keep buying it when we're telling you not to buy it, the whole nation of Korea is buying Bcash in Japan, and Japan is, and whatever. Great, do that. You're just helping our dividend. So we are getting into a new paradigm where we're going to have to, you know, there's different types of law, right? You've got divorce law, you've got patent law, there's different types of studies of cryptocurrency, I guess, here too, different management styles, should we say. You're going to have to become, or you're going to have to hire an expert on managing your portfolio, on deciding, you know, what am I going to buy based on what is about to fork? And what do I do with my dividend? When do I sell it? When's the best time to cash in my dividend? Where do I store my dividend? Other companies are going to come up, and what exchanges are going to jump on this, because the only way a dividend is this dividend being created legitimate. Is an exchange actually trying to sell it? There are going to be exchanges in the United States that aren't going to deal with these dividends at all, but there are going to be ones outside the United States who are going to make every one of them legitimate. Okay, so we are after 2x. There are going to be more and more dividends created, and we're going to see if the market likes the exchanges that list every single one, if those exchanges thrive, or the ones in the US who don't, maybe only list 2 or none, if they thrive here. And again, you're going to say, well, what the motives behind these coins aren't to create dividends. I don't care what the motives are anymore. All right. You know, 2x, probably the motive is to destroy Bitcoin. All right. Go ahead, make your 2x in November. It's another free dividend for us here. And most people are not technically savvy. They don't know SegWit. They don't know. They're just going to see like, oh, look, if I just buy Bitcoin before this next dividend comes out, my Bitcoin's going to be, it's going to be even better for me. It's just an enforcement of how strong the Bitcoin community is, that we've defined Bitcoin in this way, that these dividends can be just created off of it, and people are happy about the whole situation. These aren't threats. These aren't threats. They're added value to Bitcoin. They really are. If you're a Bitcoin holder, and I guess that's the caveat here. If you're a guy flipping it back and forth, playing about, this is something to get more people holding Bitcoin. And it's a totally natural evolution that I'm starting to see and understand now. And just, it's something maybe you're going to have to sit down and start thinking about this too. And not, because I thought, you know, it's gonna dilute Bitcoin if we keep on having. That's why I originally was very passionate for a while against all this stuff. But the one thing you can do is just market, just make clear that what the real Bitcoin is. Bcash is not the real Bitcoin; it's a dividend. So this is another way to test the strength of communities surrounding a coin. Because guess what? You know, people think I'm joking or trying to rip on Ethereum when I say there's going to be a third Ethereum when it goes proof of stake. Well, guess what? And I said, I don't think Vitalik's as much, you know, he's not a genius on this side of things. He is a genius. But guess what? Maybe he is a genius on this side of things. Ethereum will not be hurt when he goes proof of stake. Okay? It's not going to be hurt, at least by the formation of a third Ethereum. Okay? There's someone now, people are seeing that these things can be created easily. These forks can be created easily. There's a lot of money behind these forks, dividends. The 2x people might just be doing it now to make money, and that they're going to try to hurt Bitcoin through Bcash. Who knows? They're not going to be able to hurt Bitcoin. That's the thing. Our community is the strongest of them all, has the most people of them all in it, has the most people doing the marketing. Our marketing is now going to pay off for us. Do you understand what I'm saying here? As we strengthen the Bitcoin brand through our support, it makes it impossible for any of these new dividends to even threaten Bitcoin. So we just, by holding Bitcoin, we just keep collecting these new and new dividends, and we help the dividend space. We get involved in the dividend space. We make videos about, I mean, I might turn this channel, start focusing much more onto this aspect, this new aspect of cryptocurrency. Litecoin, someone is going to fork Litecoin. It's probably. And make dividends out of that too. Why? For the heck of it. There's money involved. There's money involved. There's clear profit involved. Look at the numbers today. I mean, it's Bitcoin plus Bcash is worth $5,000. And you know, I don't care who's mining it, who's behind it. I mean, well, I'm not buying. Again, I'm not saying buy this stuff. You just have to hold the root coin. So we've got the root coin concept, and then we've got the dividend concept, dividend coin concept. Okay, these are new things that I'm just coming up with this morning. All right, these are things that we're gonna everyone's gonna become familiar with soon enough. I can assure. Maybe it won't be these words, but we're entering something new here, and we don't realize it yet. We're gonna look back on this. We're gonna look back on Ethereum Classic and Ethereum and seeing that as the first shot. I thought that was something different. But it's not. It's similar. Now, again, so we talk about contentious hard fork. A contentious hard fork, I have a new definition of that. That is when your community around the original coin isn't strong enough to define the dividend coin as a dividend coin. And thus, the original coin should have been a dividend coin to begin with. All right? That the new, so the test for all the coins out there. And guess what? Some of these little tiny little pump and dump altcoins, they're not going to, their money now is going to flow into these new style of dividend coins. Okay. So there's some evolution going on at the bottom ring, at the fourth tier and the third tier. They're going to still exist, but all their value is going away. It's going to go away. They're not going to be able to form dividend coins. There's going to be no interest. So the coins that are going to be able to form the dividend coins are the ones that really have people owning them and not just pumping them, but supporting them. This is going to be a test, okay? So the people who think, I don't want to rip on a certain coin, Neo, like I've said things about Neo, like I don't know that much about it. How big is the community behind Neo and I don't know the names of these ones even. There's so IOTA, there's one. If IOTA really forks or something, let's say, it creates a dividend coin, then does the new one take over? Do people just pay it no mind? Do people all of a sudden want to buy more IOTA because they're getting a free IOTA coin? Or they just don't care because there's not enough people in the community to begin with to hype it up, to tell anyone that this is even happening, So this is a way to test how strong the marketing, the core constituencies of these crypto communities are, because Ethereum is going to fork again. Bitcoin, who knows how many more Bitcoin dividends there are going to be, how many Litecoin dividends there are going to be, Dash dividends there are going to be, Dash dividends. Can Dash survive a fork, a dividend? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it can. They've got their marketing down pat. So holding Dash is probably an okay thing. So I've in the past almost said, if you have an altcoin, just trade it into Bitcoin. I'm not saying that anymore. If you happen to have a lot of Dash sitting around, you have a lot of Ethereum sitting around, this is not the time to sell. It's not the time to sell now. Wait for it to fork here. Wait, you don't know what freebies you're going to get out of this new situation, out of this new paradigm here. And I'm sure I'm giving people all sorts of ideas in their heads too. Like, I want to get in on this. I want to fork some coins. You probably do. This probably is inspiring some people. I don't know how many people. Pound that like button. I don't think I even said that yet. Did I? Yeah, I did. We got a lot of people watching this, and I want people to spread the word about this video out there. I want critique on all this. People are going to say, "You're crazy, Adam. You're crazy. That this isn't sustainable." But there are a certain type of holder out there who just wants dividends. There's a certain type of investor in the broader world who's going to look at this now and say, "Well, if I buy these cryptocurrencies, I'm getting dividends based on just people are creating new. I don't know what it's all about." But if I just hold on, I'm getting newer coins, and I can flip them. I'm going to have to manage them. I'm going to have to manage my dividends. So I'm excited about this. I really am excited. And yeah, Richie Rich says, okay, I'm looking at this chat right now. What it says, poor Adam He's pooping his pants, Paula Green says. No, I'm not pooping my pants. I'm excited. I mean, I really think we are into a new, and people are saying dividends mean pension funds, means pension funds buy huge money. I got that as soon as the fork was mentioned. Clams, bite ball. This is why every alt with a masternode got pumped after Dash did it. All right, I mean, you're onto something there. You're onto something there a little bit, because there are going to be big institutions that want to get into this because they can get free coins. They don't care the reasons behind it. Now, I want to say another thing. Again, this is not about the name of the coin here, of the dividend. Like, remember, there's already a Bitcoin Dark, a Bitcoin, all these other things. It's about how they were created. Bitcoin Dark was not distributed and created as a fork of Bitcoin, okay? The distribution method here is what makes it special. So you can just create a coin and call it Bitcoin whatever. Not everyone's going to get it for free, all right? But if you create a coin and as a fork, as a dividend, and everyone's going to get it for free, you're going to have it's going to be success. That's what matters in all of this. That's what matters in all this. So, and again, and they're recognized not as the true Bitcoin, these dividends. They're recognized as Bcash, and the next one is going to be called 2X. And we as a community just have to keep it up. Just it's our responsibility to maintain our dividends value, to maintain the value of our dividends, and our root coin is just to go out there and market. Just like Tone was saying before, you gotta run a node in order to beat this aspect of what's going on. Okay, as a marketing guy, I'm telling you all right now to keep things awesome for the root coin, whether it be if Litecoin goes through this situation, and Bitcoin's going to go through this situation many more times, I'm pretty sure. Your responsibility is just running your mouth on the internet and promoting and marketing, doing what I'm doing, and just reminding the people out there that are like, no, Bcash is the real Bitcoin. No. That's our dividend. That's our dividend that we're getting paid. We are the root. You are the dividend. Good luck with whatever you're doing. 80% of the people out there are going to buy your stuff. That's their mistake, because we're getting it for free. So again, there is an amazing concept behind all this. If you just hold, there are going to be all of these greater fools out there that are just going to be buying and increasing the value of the thing you got for free. That is the paradigm that we're in. I can't stop people from being stupid. Okay, maybe they're not stupid. Okay, I don't want to insult anyone, but to buy Bcash now is insane. I think you have it for free. You have it for free. You have it for free. Let them do it. I could tell you guys to stop doing it, but you're going to keep on doing it because you're traders. You're this, that. So those of us with this hold mentality, this just buy and hold, or just hold, it is really looking good. It is really going to look good in the long term. And we're going to look, this is another added bonus of cryptocurrency that people do not understand yet. It is something that can be built upon. So many things can be built upon this whatever. I'm forgetting all my terms here. The root coin versus its what do we call this? Dividend coin. I can't even think. All right, so let me just see. Let me just read random thoughts that I have written down here. Okay, I already talked about that. All right, so yeah, and again, prepare yourself with Ethereum 3. I don't know when it's going to happen. It'll happen. And maybe Ethereum 3 won't be this one that we've been predicting for a while. Maybe someone will just jump up and fork Ethereum for the heck of it to beat the what's going to happen when there's going to be a proof of work and proof of stake Ethereum. I don't know. The future is exciting. I mean, I still believe Bitcoin is the number one. The Bitcoin is the one that is the only one you should be buying. But there's a lot of you that already hold Ethereum. There's a lot of you that already hold Dash. There's a lot of you that already hold Litecoin. And I see this dividend situation helping them. So if you're already holding them, this is not a time to sell them. This is not a time to sell them. They're gonna fork too. And if a fork happens that overtakes one of them, well, then they weren't as strong. The communities weren't as strong as we thought they were, basically. As we thought that if a dividend ever overtakes its root, then we learned something. We learned something new here. So again, and safety matters here. There is no rush to split these things when they happen. We're going to have to get trusted members of these in this paradigm that maybe do the splits for us. That they create these splitters, and where we know the exchange isn't going to rip us off, and there's so many things that can be built off of this new aspect of cryptocurrency, the dividend root thing. And again, this just proves, I've said marketing has been lacking in the space for a while. Well, this is going to show you a lot more people are going to get into marketing. There's going to be a lot more talkers around, which is fine. And a lot more holders. We're going to see who really holds here. So some people, maybe I'm a little early in predicting all of this here. I think a lot of people are going to say either, Adam, you're a madman, or you're really early. But I think I've stumbled onto something here, and I'm very interested in seeing how this. So I guess the bottom line is there's nothing to worry about in November. There's nothing to worry about with the Bcash going up. They're not threatening Bitcoin. They might, they're all really friendly forks in the long run. And go back to my archives. I was onto something when I was talking about this friendly fork thing, but I really couldn't put it into the words that I'm putting it into now because I didn't see it from the dividend perspective. So they might, and some future forks might have bad intentions also. But we as a core community here, we treat them as the dividends. We spin them as positives because they are positives. Because they're not taking over Bitcoin. They are positives. They're giving us free dividends. And then you're going to have all these schmoes out there that are like, no, it is about to happen. It is about to change the world. I am going to buy it. You are the fool to hold it. I'm trading in my root coin for the dividend coin. Let them do that. Let them do that. Just let them do that. There's no long term in that. That's a short term thing. So, all right. Some says, when is 2x launched? They're saying they want to do it in November. And now I've gone back and forth a few times on this. Like, now I realize it is in their in terms of strategy of destroying Bitcoin. It makes no sense to make a third coin. It makes no sense at all. But that's not what they're into now. They're not into that. They want the money. They want the money. They've seen what this Bcash thing can do. Maybe they'll still try to destroy it through Bcash. Maybe King of the Trolls, he might dump all of his root coin, Bitcoin, for some of these dividends. Whatever. Then he did it. So what? Maybe he's deluded enough not to keep the root coin. Let him do it. He's one man that has a lot of coins, all right? We as a community are stronger than him as a marketing force, as a holding force, okay? We hold more than he does, all right? So this is exciting news if you are a holder. If you're just some flipper guy looking for Adam, advise me on the next ICO to buy, advise me on that. No, that's not what this is about. But guess what? There is a place for all those ICO people out there. There's a place. Do play over there. Go play in that space, whatever. It's going to have its place. The gamblers are going to have its place. The gamblers are going to have a role out there in all of this. They're the 80%. That's going to fuel the success of the 20%, the long-term thinkers. All right. And it's just get yourself familiar with that. There's the 80-20% thing. I guess I'll talk about this more. Again, we'll have a show later today where we're going to talk about all the news. This is not a news of the day thing. This is just like a new concept, rambling on. Inspirational video here. What else? What was the title? New Bitcoin situation explained by Ripple. Okay, so you guys got that. Why I brought up the Ripple thing at first. Crypto dividends, and this is the power of holding. So we've got this new thing called crypto dividends that are going to be coming up. We're going to have to learn how to manage our crypto dividends, which when to sell, when to cash out. In terms of if you are into altcoins. because I'm still, you know, at heart, a Bitcoin maximalist. I have no intention to buy any altcoins, but there are a lot of you out there who like to buy the top tier altcoins. Well, now this is a new thing to consider. What is a real top tier altcoin is one that can survive multiple dividend issuances. Okay. Can Decred do that? I don't know. Can Litecoin survive multiple issuances of dividends, multiple forks, because we're not going to call it forks anymore. The golden holders who are getting into this, they don't want to hear about fork. They want to hear about dividends. And that's a beautiful way to get more people into our space. So yeah, I believe Litecoin can survive it. I believe Ethereum can survive multiple dividend issuances. So if you are one of those altcoin speculators, this is a new factor you're going to have to decide when you're buying one of these altcoins, and it's going to cut off a lot of altcoins. A lot of altcoins aren't going to be able to survive one dividend in issuance, because that dividend is going to become the root coin and make the other one obsolete, which is a scary thing for some of these but most of the people who get into altcoins anyway just want to flip them right away. But there are people who are long-term altcoin thinkers. Again, I think it's best to, by the year 2020, you're going to see that Bitcoin perform better than all of these, no matter what the new paradigm is here. So get ready for some new stuff out there. Really, we'll see what happens. And hey, if I'm wrong about all this, just holding the Bitcoins is great anyway. Just, you know, but no, I really think we're on to something new. Just a whole new level, a whole new layer of cryptocurrency. This is a whole new layer on top of cryptocurrency. It's mind-boggling. It's exciting. And God, there's something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, I wanted to actually, and this is something else. I want to use the word gamification here. It makes the coins, you know, all the people who feel very competitive about their coins, I used to kind of play it off and said, you know, what's the point of being competitive? It's not a game, it's not a war. But this kind of makes it more so of a game, more so of a competition, where if you can make your community stronger, if you can prove that your community is the strongest, and then it can just keep on issuing these dividends without any repercussions, then you've got a reason to market your coin, man. You've got a reason to keep on, to make this a competition. And so I also thought about, in terms of platforms that are out there. You know, we Ripple, you know, what are the new platforms that are coming out in the cryptocurrency space? And people come to me with these, what makes a platform successful? And I think it is the gamification aspect, in terms of, I was talking with somebody last night about this. Which platforms actually pay people for doing nothing? You see, this is the world we're entering in. This is the connection I'm trying to make between platforms and coins, is that if you're a holder, you're really doing nothing. If you're a trader, you're flipping, all right? So what platforms are going to be the most successful out there? Well, everyone's ripped on, I rip on Steam, the coin, but Steam at the platform, I think, is very, very interesting and very, very good, because you're really being passive there, in a sense of that you're not risking anything. There's no risk involved with Steemit. There's no risk you're only giving up your time. So the cryptocurrency is bringing us this rewarding of time, a rewarding of time. Holders are being rewarded by just holding on for a period of time. When you're on these platforms like Steemit, you're being rewarded by contributing a little bit of time by posting stuff, and you're getting this new thing that you can turn into Bitcoin, all right? Do you see where I'm coming from on this? It's a little complex. I'm not really explaining myself perfectly here. But then we've got the 80% who just can't wait, who are impatient, who must do something, who must spend. What I'm telling you to do is to do nothing, just to save, or to do something with your time in terms of these platforms, okay? So when you're when you're evaluating a platform, you have to think to yourself, do I have to buy something, or is this passive where I just have to give time? That is what is going to differentiate these successful platforms that deal with cryptocurrency from the unsuccessful ones. So I think if Steem stays the course and doesn't force people to buy that Steem, that it can be successful. This is and it's not fully understandable yet, you know, how it's gonna do in the long run. Some aspects have to be fleshed out. But again, no matter what I scream to the world, still people who hear about Steem are gonna buy Steem when there's no reason to do that, when they can just be passive and just collect off of the 80% foolishness. And some of you might be saying like, Adam, everything you're saying is based on greater fool theory, and that's not right. There's something wrong about that. But these people are not being forced to do this. This is the free market. All the information is out there. People like me who are benefiting are telling people not to buy this stuff, not to buy these dividends, not to buy things you can get for free. So the bottom line is, due to just the way the 80-20% thing works, that you can create all this free stuff, and there's still going to be so many people who want to buy it. It makes no sense, but that's it. That's where we are. That is where we are today. You can keep on creating free stuff, have a 20% of the people just get their free stuff from just holding other roots, and they're going to be all these other people that are going to keep on buying that free stuff and pumping it up and just benefiting the holders, benefiting the root people. You want a root coin. That is what you want. That is what we're going to learn. That's the future here. I mean, you're going to say, well, is this a root coin? And by the way, some of the dividend coins are going to be so hyped up and communities are going to build around them that they're going to issue dividends eventually too. I wouldn't be surprised that Bcash, they're going to be forks of Bcash eventually, which will increase the likelihood that people are going to start to hold Bcash more, which in turn will help Bitcoin more. It's like the original, the grandfather coin there will be Bitcoin, and it's going to benefit from when Bcash, if Bcash can successfully create dividends. I mean, this is amazing. This is an amazing new paradigm. All right, so pound that like button. Tell me what you think in the notes section. Spread the word. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. I'll post a new video later today. That's just a regular type of video. Hopefully it'll be late. I'd probably be around 11 p.m. tonight because I got some stuff, real life to live here. But pound that like button, and I'll say hello. I'll talk in the chat for a while now. Bye-bye.